I'm waiting on you.
Excellent. All right.
That's good.
Raise your hand if you've ever been in love. Ever been in love? Like that weird, like, unadulterated, like, irrevocable, like, urge to kill your entire family? No. Oh, no. Well, that's what happened on March 1st of 2008 to the Caffey family. I'm going to talk to you guys today about what happened that night and what caused it, and then later on we'll kind of explore how it could have prevented this happening. My motivation today is the incredible amount of people I found in my survey who had no idea what a toxic relationship was. 16%. They had no idea if they'd ever been in one. I'm not here to scare you or to freak you out or to say don't be in a relationship or that all relationships are toxic, but I do want to educate you guys about what happened on that night because it could happen to any one of us, and we'll explore how that could happen later. I bolded all the things that actually are important. I did conduct my own survey. I witnessed an interview with the actual girl who perpetuated this event. I read several different books on why kids kill, ceremonial violence, different books on what happens, and the first-person interpretation of what did happen that night. So what we're going to talk about today are 3 main points. First, we're going to talk about what happened, then why it happened, and finally, the big question, how could we have prevented this? So what happened? March 1st, 2008, in the small county of Alba, Texas, Aaron Caffey, Bobby Johnson, Charlie Wilkinson, and Charles Wade marched into the Caffey family home, shot and stabbed the entire family, and then set the house on fire. I have a quote here from Terry Caffey, if you can't see that here. Fire. Terry Caffey, who was the lone survivor of the event, said the following. Not only did they come in shooting, they also came in with a samurai sword. After they shot Penny, they shot me 3 more times in the back, once in the back of the leg. I felt I had been shot in the face. Then one of them took the sword and stabbed Penny in the neck, nearly decapitating her. That's a first-person recollection of what happened from AOL News, which was found on a website called Murderpedia. After this horrific event, all 4 perpetrators had sex in the back of one of the perpetrators' car. Here I have a 911 call from the event from the neighbor who witnessed this. So, after this happened, Terry Caffey was so devastated to find out that his daughter was the one who planned the murder that he tried to commit suicide. The only reason he didn't commit suicide was as he was standing on his family home's ashes, a paper flew down from out of nowhere completely, and the paper read this. I didn't understand why you would take my family and leave me behind to struggle along without them. And I guess I still don't totally understand that part of it, but I do believe that you're sovereign and you're in control. Being a heavily Christian home, Terry saw this as a word from God telling him that he could not die today. So why did this happen? First, I came up with 2 different reasons why this could have happened, though there are so many more. First of all, they were in a toxic relationship. As you can see here, Aaron Caffey said, I was under Charlie's spell. He kept feeding me his lies. Charlie was the bad boy and she was the typical church girl. He coerced her into moving the relationship much too quickly. He even proposed to her with a ring from his grandmother's wedding. Toxic relationships typically consist of coercion, manipulation, abuse, substance abuse, control issues. And Aaron's parents wouldn't allow them to be together because she saw this happening and didn't like it. And Aaron actually planned the murder for months with Charlie after they couldn't be together. But that cannot be all it was. She also had some pretty serious psychopathic tendencies. We're going to look at this video of when she was on Dr. Phil confessing what she did, and you'll see just how much she lacks empathy.
Did you answer my question? Were you the motivating force behind this
not the motivating force, a motivating force.
I'll probably add fuel to the fire.
You wanted them dead. Tell me what you're thinking.
I wasn't thinking that, I wasn't like mad at them or anything like that. It's just.
So if she wasn't mad, and what was the reason she committed these murders? If she wasn't mad, she had to have these psychopathic tendencies. One of her ex-boyfriends, Michael Washburn, even said that she suggested killing her parents and burning down the house before, so this was not an isolated incident. Some evidence points to serial killers and psychopathic tendencies to having a shrunken amygdala. If you don't know what an amygdala is, it's this part of your brain here, right around here, that regulates aggression and the way you handle stressful situations. There was a man in the early 1900s named Charles Whitman who climbed to the top of the University of Texas Tower and sniped down 15 people, including many others. He dedicated his brain to science after this happened because he knew there was something wrong with him. He wanted to find out what. And they found that he did have a shrunken amygdala. However, the study is somewhat misleading, as not all people with brain disorders become serial killers. So how could this have been prevented? There are a couple warning signs. First of all, Erin Caffey was isolated as a kid. Her parents pulled her out of school. So then her lack of social skills led to her inability to function properly without her boyfriend Charlie. I did a survey. More people admitted to having been in a toxic relationship if the term toxic relationship wasn't used. And instead I used constant manipulation, coercion, substance abuse, control, or dependency. That is a toxic relationship, but more people said that they were in that relationship if toxic wasn't used. So this could have been prevented if we had educated more people about what a toxic relationship is and how far it can go. Legal action should and can be taken in situations like these, and it may have prevented the murders because Erin Caffey could not have committed this by herself. Like we said, she didn't have the social skills to do it. Again, my purpose here, not to scare you, not to say don't be in a relationship. But we can see the facts here. A lot of people have no clue what a toxic relationship is, and there's no way to tell if someone has psychopathic tendencies until after the fact. So I just want to educate everyone about how these can go terribly, terribly wrong, and why it's important to get educated on relationships. 35% of people, 18 to 25 in my survey, admitted to having been in a toxic relationship, so it could be any one of us. That in itself should motivate you to start getting educated. We discussed today what happened, why it happened, and how it could have been prevented. So this Caffey case is kind of like an anti-Romeo and Juliet. And Romeo and Juliet, they end up together. And here, but they die. And here, they end up together, but everyone else dies. So maybe if Romeo and Juliet is our standard of the perfect love story, I'll leave you with this thought. Maybe we should start redefining our perfect love story. Thank you.